said you wanted peace, but peace don't peak, don't press, don't pull, don't prove. You wanted voltage, you wanted motion with something to lose. Flicker, filament shimmer, immediate image of impulse, igniting the visible blue. Wireline, fire sign, jittering skin when the system emitted its appetite in you. Risk when the risk looked rich, when the glitch in the pitch made the limit feel littler. Loved how the body said don't, while the current wrote go in a dialect half illegible surge. Urge curved through nerve, disturbed what was firm, what was certain, what stayed still. Static stack in the chest, compressing confession to contact, consequence, thrill. Charge, didn't discharge by a warning mark, made map, didn't fade, didn't flatten, didn't fall through. You called it damage, excessive, expensive, a pressure you weren't built to absorb. I was a pulse without pause, clauseless current, a cause without caution or containment. But you were never neutral, you fueled it, accrued it, reviewed it, then framed it as my arrangement. Look, reboot what was done, one glance, spun the line back through every attempt to undo. You knew how to wake what you later would name wrong. Still you loved the voltage too. Steady never stressed you, steady never stretched you. You needed feeling with weather in it, something unstable enough to impress you. You loved the voltage, loved me electric, loved me unstable enough to feel unforgettable. You loved the voltage until it burned visible. Then you wanted softness with no history in it. You say I was the fire, I say you fed it oxygen. You say I was the damage, I say you loved the voltage. Love the pull, love the push, love the rush, cut the cost. Love the proof till it stayed, till it weighed, then it crossed. Night light heightened, tightened around every micro expression of want. Calm felt counterfeit, thin as a filament flickering under the weight of what wasn't undone. Wrong, look right when it lit up, split up, restraint in the fragments of almost religion. Room took shape as a system of signals, ignition, dependent decision, revision. Leaned a fracture factor of hunger, undercurrent, wanting the limit to slip. Stillness, insufficient fiction, friction between what we held and what wanted to rip. I read your distance as discipline, vision, precision, a sign of a deeper control. Maybe I'm myth-made, restraint into reason to keep my obsession intact in a role. Don't rewrite your role in the voltage, don't fold it to fault lines that only run through me. You moved in the field when it yielded, concealed it, then sealed it, and called it unruly. Call it confusion, collision, combustion, conjunction of two things that never reduce. Call it whatever you need for revision. Still, you were feeding the fuse. No, listen, I almost have it. Syntax collapsing, overlapping, stacking itself into structure. Over-articulated, self-preferential, recursive, compressive, excessive in texture. Fiber the line, I'm saying it right, it's coordinated, not hallucinated. It's proof, even if language can't land it completely, I still felt the voltage in truth. Maybe I made it unbearable, maybe I let it expand past control. But maybe you loved how the storm would perform, cause silence would start up the whole. You loved the voltage, loved me electric, loved me unstable enough to feel unforgettable. You loved the voltage until it burned visible. Then you wanted softness with no history in it. You say I was the fire, I say you fed it oxygen. You say I was the damage, I say you loved the voltage. Shut the charge, rubber sharp in the senses. Look, rebook, mistook the control for a world built on practice, pretenses. Touch, rush too much, combust into trust that combusted under pressure, progression. Line, sign, decline, redefine with the signal, stop reading a simple connection. Heat, name, harm, frame, same game, blame placed in the pattern you practiced before. Wrong call, long fall, you leaned to the wall when the voltage was something to reach for. Risk known, still grown, you stayed in a state where the edge felt essential, not optional. Then said I was damaged like you weren't the one making the current operational. You love the voltage, the pull, the danger, the way disaster almost looked like heaven. And when it broke us, you called it my nature, like you never once leaned closer to the current.